there are here. I'm also on the internal mic. Sometimes I'm scared that I'm gonna lose the mic mini, especially when I go out in these little rides. Something that I recorded a few days ago, almost like 5 days ago, and it was me talking about how it feels to get your first brand collaboration. And I'm sorry if the wind is very loud to your ears, but a brand collab or a sponsor, it was something that I thought was very out of reach, especially like a young channel, because growing up you see all these big content creators that have millions of followers, have their channels super decked out, are the business case scenario of what someone with a sponsorship would be. So for example, for me, I have around 439 followers as of today, but 2 weeks ago I got reached out to do my first sponsor. I always told myself and if I do get to be a little successful, which the ways to measure success are pretty messed up in today's day and age, because having a huge following means that, quote unquote, you're successful at whatever you do. When I got that opportunity, before I got that opportunity, I told myself that I wanted to do it with products or brands that I use, or that I would use, or that follow my motto. Not my motto, that sounds stupid, but that follow what I do. Techie guy, doing techie videos, music, doing music videos, vlogs, doing vlog videos of products that relate to that. When I got that opportunity, it was with that brand Dehancer. So I pretty much gotta finish that review video. It was something that struck me until right now. It feels a little strange because again, the metrics that I considered for someone to be successful and have these type of opportunities, I didn't think it was going to be me for a while. It's possible. It happened to me with 400 subscribers. Super interesting. Stuff like that, especially when you do these videos. I do everything creative in my life as a form of a hobby, and I do so many different arts that my mind is always at 1,000 miles per hour. I'm going against the wind, so I'm sorry if it's super windy out there in your speakers. I also didn't want to wear my mic too, because when I'm working out, I'm breathing too hard. I don't want you to just hear someone that's out of breath. What's the funny thing about YouTube too, or about uploading videos, is that sometimes it might seem that I'm uploading them quickly, but those videos are being recorded days apart. And the thing that's that's the most cumbersome about doing stuff like this, it's not really the recording, it's the editing that sucks. So as I try to find the easiest way for me to make the workload a little bit quicker. So the enhancer has definitely helped a lot on that. Now I have to worry less about the color grading, and now it's just like the cutting. In my videos, you may see a lot of instances where the video cuts, to another sentence, and it's because in between I'm thinking of what I'm trying to say. So it's like a very substantial pause, and I also say and but, and a lot. I feel like that's something that comes with my job. I try not to blur out a lot of stuff right away, like especially when it's like technical stuff that I have to say. So I've learned to take pauses in a lot of the stuff that I talk about, especially when it's like unscripted. Now all I do is just worry about the cutting. The enhancer pretty much takes care of the 90% of the color grading. All I have to do is just like mess around with the buttons and the sliders and see what works best for the environment. So yeah, that was my talk that I wanted to say at the moment, is the strangeness of being reached out or being noticed, especially by a product that you yourself would use. It keeps you wanting to do more and more. Keeps you wanting to do more and more, especially for the type of videos that you do. Because a lot of the times the view count amass a lot of that support, I would say.